Support that strike.
Okay.
Anybody that doesn't pay should.
All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our third story. In times past, the Ministry of Solid Minerals seemed amorphous in the scheme of things, but it appears undergoing reforms, making it vibrant. To further improve business climate at the ministry, the Minister Dele Alake has called on global mining giants and South African investors to seize the opportunities to invest more in the mining sector in Nigeria. At an event in Abuja, Alake, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary in the ministry, Mary Ogbe, emphasized that the country is open for business, citing the renewed focus of President Bola Tinubu's administration on solid minerals development. Okay, let's talk about this. Let me start with the CKN. The minister, even though he was represented, calling on investors to come invest in the sector. Tell us, the mining sector, the solid minerals sector, what are those opportunities available for people to say, okay, I think it's time for us to invest here?
I always believe that the alternative to oil is agriculture and mining for Nigeria. What am I saying? If we're able to invest so much in our solid minerals and also agriculture, we have enough to export that we practically look the other way when it comes to whether oil is frustrating, whether it's coming down, whether it's going up. Because at the point, personally, I've been asking, oil that we have in Nigeria, is it a blessing or a curse? A lot of people have not been able to come up with it. Some will say it's a blessing, but with me, it has made us so lazy that what all depends, we put all our sleeping, what Yoruba say, we all cannot sleep facing one direction. That's the Yoruba proverb. Now, if you look at, there is no state in Nigeria that does not have any natural resource. In the past, in the 60s, we had no oil. The West, what was it called? Cocoa. What is it now? The highest building you have in Nigeria in those days, the cocoa house, was built from cocoa by Awolowo. In the north, we had the granite pyramids. Yes. In the east, southeast, you have coal.
Rubber.
You have rubber. In my village, we have palm oil in Obo. So everybody was moving. But immediately we discover oil, everybody went to sleep. Now, bring it back to the topic. I believe that we can be able to make it. For goodness, let me take, for example, a state. If you know the number of solid mineral in a state like Kogi State, Kogi, if we're able to tap into that, Kogi alone can probably give us more than oil is giving us.
Really?
Yes. I serve in Kaba, former Kogi State, but present Kogi State, Kaba. I was opportune in the 90s to go to Ajaokuta. And if you see the money that was sunk into that place for Ajaokuta Steel Company, if we were able to get those steel companies running now, till now, Nigeria would have been an industrial giant. When we let it go, there used to be Alaja. You remember, Mayor? There used to be Alaja Steel.
Yes, Alaja Steel.
There used to be Casina Rolling Mill. Rolling Mill in those days when I was young. All these things have come out to us. So I totally agree with the minister that we should be. And what the government have done, which I think they should do, whether they've done it or not, is to be able to decentralize this thing. Can we give the state enough power to be able to go into this thing, go into my, because most mining and this thing is is within the exclusive list. States don't really have, which is why you saw what happened, is in Oshu or something recently, where the governor was having issue with a federal government came in and said that we should decentralize it. And that is why we're having these illegal minings in the north.
Places like Zamfara, no.
And that in itself, banditry that in itself is causing. You'll be shocked. So I personally feel that for us to get it right, let us decentralize this. Allow the state to be able to manage the mineral resources there. And at the end of it, let them pay something to the federal, just that we did.
Are you calling for resource control here?
Of course, now, resource control, not, it depends when you say resource control, they say that I want to make sure that Niger Delta people want to control.
That's what I'm asking.
No, that's not what I mean. What I'm trying to say is that let every state discover what is within its within its own. Because, you know why? By our constitution, by the Land Use Act, governors have power to every land within the state.
Within the state.
Yes. except certain areas.
Okay.
The federal government also have. So those ones that own the, if you have, let me tell you the land at where it is. If as you have a house now, you're living in Ilasamaja, today you build a house in a plot of land there, and tomorrow they discover oil there, the government will take it from you.
Take it over.
They'll take it from you. They call it in the public interest, and pay you, probably pay you a compensation. But in the United States, it's not like that. I know of a man that they found oil in Texas under his listing. That man became one of the most richest person in the United States. So what am I saying? Federal government cannot do it all. Federal government has never been a good manager of resources. We have seen the one, just like we're trying to do with power. You see what is happening in the power sector. Every day is collapsing. We are trying to see if we can decentralize it. Enugu State have taken over power in the states. If we can still get other states to buy into that, then we decentralize so that it's not when it collapses in Lagos, every other person across the country is feeling the same tone.
Exactly. Mayor, Nigeria is a wealthy nation when it comes to resources and all. But this issue of that sector, we've not been able to harness the resources there.
Yeah, I think Dele Alake, Minister of State Development, Mr. Dele Alake, is doing a wonderful job. I'm impressed with what he's doing.
Okay.
And what he is saying is that, okay, like my brother wants each state to have control over what is in their state. For us to be able to achieve that, we have to change the constitution.
Of course, that's
the problem.
Of course.
It's a constitutional matter.
Yeah.
Now all the resources go into the federal pool. They share it among the subnational. So right now, so that is what is obtainable now. But as the federal government can do, they are on the right path.
Okay.
Because part of the things they've done is to identify where these solid minerals are.
Okay.
Stop those illegal miners who have been feeding fat on that thing. Because in Zamfara, for example, the level of gold, the amount of gold in Zamfara, you don't need to dig deep to get it.
Really?
In fact, that is what caused the problem. That is what was funding banditry there.
Of course.
Because all those businessmen will just bring shopper, collect the gold, give them ammunition, and go. Because government was not in control of it. But right now, government has been able to identify those places. They'll be able to get rangers who protect such sites, which is an improvement. So what government is calling for now is that we are open for business. Since we've identified these people, we have a roadmap, we have a standard in place that anybody can key into. Then you, as an investor, maybe that owns mines in South Africa, you can come and start mining gold here. In fact, gold is from that Zamfara belt down to the southwest in Osun.
Yeah, Osun, exactly.
Throughout that part, all of them have gold. And it's not only gold, there's no mineral resource that is not in this country. I don't know why God loves Nigeria so much and gives us so much.
So much.
But the problem is that He also gave us bad leadership so that we won't be in a position to tap